All the banks have passed on the rate hikes. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, Florian here and welcome to another episode of HeiseSays. Grab your stein of coffee. Let's have a look at this article discussing all of the banks passing on the rate hike. Now, for those of you playing at home, the cash rate is now at 3.1%. That's a 300-point increase from the insane lows that we experienced. It seems to be a daily occurrence now of articles of people who are surprised at the increase in their repayments. It's going to get, well, messy for some people, guys. If you have a fixed mortgage below 2% and you could be looking at a 40%, 50%, 60% increase in your repayments once you go off that fixed period. So it's something we should all prepare for, but people believed the Reserve Bank when they said rates wouldn't increase until 2024. When's the last time they've made a promise like that? The problem is, I mean, if we look at this chart again, we only know rates going down. That's it. It's been, what, a decade since rates have really gone up? Can you blame people? They only know rates that go down. So the big four banks passed on the rate hike. I can't imagine any of you are surprised at this. The major banks have announced changes to interest rates following the central bank's most recent rate rise of 25 points. The official cash rate rose to 3.1% after the Reserve Bank of Australia called its 8th consecutive cash rate increase for 2022 on the 6th of December, bringing it to the highest level in a decade. As a result of RBA's decision, the big four banks across the board have decided to raise variable interest rates for home loans by 0.25% per annum. For Commonwealth Bank, ANZ and NAB customers, these changes will go into effect as of Friday the 16th of December, so next week. While Westpac customers will see the change implemented on Tuesday the 20th of December, so not much room. For ANZ customers, the 0.25% increase to the variable home loan interest rate will increase monthly repayments by $65 on variable home loans of $450,000 for owner-occupiers paying principal and interest. CBA's net bank saver standard variable interest rate will rise by 0.25% per annum to 1.6%, along with the 5-month introductory variable rate increasing by 0.25% to 3.75%. There we go. I mean, there you go. And that's the special super duper deal to get you in. NAB's savings and term deposit rates are currently still under review, with major banks stating that it has made more than 45 increases across its saving products since May. In addition to the major banks, Suncorp Bank and Macquarie Bank are also lifting variable home loan rates by 25 points, in line with the RBA's cash rate decision. Suncorp's home loan increases will go into effect from Thursday the 15th of December 2022. Customers on a 25-year variable loan will see their monthly repayments increase by $14 for every $100,000 of loan balance remaining. Now, you may think, oh, it's only $14. But guys, it adds up. It adds up. And if you've got $800,000 remaining, that's 8 times 14, guys. That's over $100 a month extra that you got to come up with, as well as all of the other increases we've had. Oh boy. In response to the rate changes, ANZ Group Executive, Australia Retail, Molly Carnegie, said, "We know that with increases in the cost of living and rate changes across the year, some of our customers may be feeling greater financial pressure." Westpac Customers and Business Banking Chief Executive Chris de Bruyn said the bank understands that some customers may find it difficult to manage finances following the rate change. "We know our customers are paying extra attention to their household budget in the lead up to Christmas and looking at ways to manage their money into the new year in the changing economic environment," he said. So there you go, everyone. All the big four banks pass on those rate hikes. So let's have a bit of a talk. Now, I've got another video I'll put out later tonight about the decline in trust in public institutions. I'm drawing parallels to the coup attempt in Germany, and I'd say that's, what happens when you have excessive decline in trust in public institutions. And Australia is heading down a path where people are losing trust. And the RBA making a call that was reported, well, so badly by the media because everyone just went for the headlines. They just looked at the morning show and breakfast show on the way to work. Oh, rates they're locked in till 2024. That's fine. What other scenarios? I don't worry about that. She'll be right, mate. The people who are really going to cop it are not going to be those of us that have borrowed years ago. Most of us probably saw the low rates as just a gimme and locked in to, well, save some money, to be honest. And you've got people who FOMO'd in, who bought during an overheated market, which, remember, was stimulated by the government. You've got home builder juicing up the housing market. You've got, well, you know what? Let's do a reminder there of all of that. You've got the government coming to the rescue, guys. You've got the RBA cash rate, which is insanely low. You've got home builder, which juiced up the housing market. You've got first home buyer grants and special discounts up to 88 grand in Western Australia for foreigners. You've got 5 and 2% government loan guarantees. How's someone who got a 2% loan, with a home loan with a 2% deposit, going to manage with interest rates up 300% since they got it? Or, sorry, 300 basis points, 3% since they got it. Percentage-wise, it's probably close to three times what they were paying originally. You know, if you were up 1.99 at a fixed rate, there's people now with 6% rates, 7% rates out there. You've got negative gearing, which is part of our culture that's not going to change. And you've got the super withdrawals, which, contrary to popular belief or the propaganda coming from the super funds, it wasn't just spent on gambling and boob jobs. A lot of people used it as a deposit to get into a house. And I can't blame them. I cannot blame them at all. There's nothing more frustrating when you're struggling to save a deposit and you feel like you just can't catch up to the rising property market, and you've got all this money just sitting there in your super that you're not allowed to touch until you retire. So when you retire, you take it all out, and then you use a huge chunk of it to pay off your house, which you might have been better off if you had bought your house a decade earlier. But it's Australia, guys. Anyway, so that's a concern. Can you blame these people? Where's it going to head? How high will rates go, and how will they prepare? I don't know, everyone. We just have to keep watching. Hopefully, if there is some negative economic news over the holiday period or signs of decreased spending, the RBA may realize they can cool off on their rate increases. But if people just keep shopping, I mean, credit card debt is increasing. That's not going down. Demand for Afterpay, if they just Afterpay away the holiday worries, what do you reckon? We'll have to see, guys. Let me know your thought on this one in the comments below. As always, check out my other channels, HeiseBim and HeiseSays International. And if you're a fan and want to support the content I create here, you can follow us on YouTube or Patreon, use our referral links, buy our pocket squares, or call us if you need an architect. Take care, everyone. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next episode of HeiseSays. Bye for now.